Alright, I'm back. Wasn't actually done with my first soda, but I figured. Hey, why not? Alright, let's get the... You can't call Bird Friend from here, so we're just gonna do the save and quit. Where the fuck can we go now? I don't really know. Yeah, there is... Yeah, it's 20 rupees. And you need the flippers to get to it. It's one of those things where you go all the way around. I mean, if we're thinking of the same thing, you go all the way around and then you swim down once you get the flippers and then go over to the side. It's usually a piece of heart. And I saw it on the way up and it was 20 rupees. And I don't give a shit. No. Let me check the map here. What's this? Oh, garbage collection's here. Oh, right, that's the Dark World. Yeah, no, I honestly, that's why I started doing these, because, like, it's such a great way to kind of reinvigorate the game. Of course, it would help if I could remember what I'm doing. I mean, man, there is a possibility that the way to get to the Desert Palace is going to be... I guess we could blindly try to guide the old man up to Death Mountain. It's kind of a fucking nightmare, but it's not... Whoop. Sorry. To myself, I guess. I don't really care about them. Can I just go? I can just go there. And then go back... Ugh. Ugh. Those are some colors. Right, okay. I can't actually do this backwards. I can do it forwards. Pretty okay. But backwards, not so much. This is the thing that always drives me nuts. And you know what? I honestly don't know if it's programmed into the game. Like, if this was actual logic in vanilla Link to the Past, that if you did not have the lantern after a certain point, it was all black. Because it is possible to miss it. It's possible to just completely walk. The game doesn't go like, hey, before you leave your house, make sure you check your trusty chest is full of shit. It's just sort of like, whatever. And that's why, it's something that I learned when I was watching a speed run, I think, of a non-randomized Link to the Past run. You can just walk right past that chest, and the lantern actually shows up in the boomerang chest in Hyrule Castle that you better run, that you unlock by killing the blue dude, and then I don't think the lantern then if you miss that one, the lantern shows up in the chest in the sanctuary, and I believe after that you have no more options. And then the only way to get the boomerang is, I think... Sorry, did I say boomerang? If you skip... I believe, actually, if you skip that chest for the boomerang in Hyrule Castle, the boomerang will show up in the Sanctuary. But if you don't have the lantern shows up in the boomerang chest in Hyrule Castle dungeon. And then, if you skip that one, the lantern shows up in the Sanctuary. And then after that, I'm pretty sure you're just... The game is like, fine, dude. Do whatever you fucking want. So, hang on. I gotta concentrate on this. Okay, I think we have our friend now. Okay. I think we have him. Yeah, alright. It's a little tough when they remove all the, they remove the dialogue because this is all about... Thanks. Thanks for nothing. The least you could do is heal me. A little glitch bouncing there. What the fuck was I? What was I talking about? Something. Well, I guess I won't find out for a little bit. What I was doing. Or what I was talking about. There's the net on Spectacle Rock. What's in Spectacle Rock? Alright. So, we gotta do this. Oh, right, the boomerang and lantern skips. Thank you, thank you. What was I saying about that, though? Oh yeah, no, it's just interesting. And so, since it is possible to miss the lantern, I do wonder if this is a function of the vanilla game to make darkened caves completely black. But I don't know. Because, I mean, like... What skip? What am I skipping? Oh, I could've... No. Can I do this? No. No. Alas. I don't have a net yet. But I'm gonna net one of those fairies right up. Yeah. I mean, they're trying to force them to, to get the lantern, but I just wonder if, like, because the lantern's only utility, really. Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm not, like, good enough at, like, exploiting the game's mechanics to do that. Oh, that sucks. Okay, well... Let's get the net and avoid... Ooh, man. Death Mountain is looking a little intense. Yay, net. Oh, and we have the Book of Medora, so we could go to the Desert Palace. Excuse me, but the Tower of Hera is right here. Also, I just remembered, we have random bosses. I had forgotten about that, because I haven't seen a single fucking boss yet. What we get? Give a shit. Money. Ugh. I would be really excited about money if this was a retro run, where money means a lot. And you have to buy, like, everything. Wait. I have hammer. Fucking little nugget, whatever they're called. I hate them. They have a name. I don't remember what they're called. I just remember that I hate them. Random bosses is super fun until it's all fun and games until Trinex shows up, which is like entirely possible. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing all these because these are just freebies. We can just have Birdo fly us back. No, rude. Yeah, there really are. What's kind of impressive is like. They actually do, some of them actually do show up again. No, the Tektites are around Death Mountain. They tried to be pretty consistent with Zelda 1 biomes. Am I like the only person who just didn't really register the word biome until I played Minecraft? Like, I'm sure I'd heard it before. But it was just like, yeah, biome, that's cool, cool word, whatever. But they are. Tektites always live in the mountains, except for the blue ones in Ocarina when they fucking don't. Profound. That's a shop. I don't give a shit about the shop. I only care about items for free. But they were pretty consistent about... Can't do anything without the hookshot. About where monsters live. and between Zelda 1 and Link to the Past. And Tektites live on the mountains in Zelda 1, and they live on the mountain in Link to the Past. Also, interesting fact, that I'm sure I've said before in a randomizer run of this game. This mountain that we are on right now, in the light world, is, in the English localization, is just called Death Mountain. But in the Japanese version, it's Hebra, which some people may recognize as the name of the non-Death Mountain mountain range. Do I go down here? No, I do not. Yeah, they are down by the beach, but like they jump around on the rocks. Anyway, before I forget what the fuck I was saying, which happens all the time. The mountain range this mountain is called Mount Hebra in Japanese, and that is the name of the non-Death Mountain mountain range in Breath of the Wild, which I just thought was an interesting thing. They're really trying to unify everything in Breath of the Wild so they don't have to fucking think about this timeline bullshit ever again. They just... Oh, wait. I don't remember what I'm doing. Oh, down. Yeah, it is pretty... They're pretty intent on, like, completely merging all the timelines. Like, all the timeline ideas in Breath of the Wild. So they have ideas from just about everything. Alright. First set of Death Mountain items. I mean, Mount Hebra items. Fucking bombs and fucking money. Bombs and money. Bombs, bombs, and money. Yeah, basically. Sure. Right. Okay. Let's loop back around. Get out of here. More afraid of me than I am of it. There weren't legit spiders. No, wait. There were. Zelda 2 had actual spiders. I was going to say there weren't legit spiders in Zelda games until Ocarina of Time and Skulltulas. So I say Skulltula now because I realized that it's Skull and Tarantula. But my brain really wants to say Skulltula. Can I? No, that's from the dark one. Oh, we should see what's up there, though. Should see what's up upon this. Just turn it into stone and shut up. It's an actual heart piece. It is actually just what it usually is. A rarity. Whoop. So we already had that because we had the Eastern Palace have the Pendant of Courage. Or it will. I mean, it does. Since we're here, while we're in the neighborhood, may as well stop on down by the Yeah, it is. What, do you see Aghanim's sprite as, like, Pokey Minch? Like some people do? Or... Okay, yeah, some people see him with this, like, Pokey Minch-ass face. I don't see that, but I understand, like, where it comes from. Like, I mean, once it was pointed out to me, I was like, oh yeah, there he is. There's Pokey. And I guess we call him Porky now because we're going with the Japanese. Huh. Yeah, I know what you mean. Thanks. I already found it, no thanks to you, hint box. That's pretty good. I always love pointing out to those little dudes. They're not dodongos. They're kodongos. Ko being Japanese for child. They're babongos. This is terrible. That's not even funny. Ah. I don't like this one room because you can't cheese it. Wow. They usually randomize the tile patterns, but I'm pretty sure we're just getting Ganon face. You know what I think about it? Link to the Past was the first game where they kind of like did a fake out where they where they were like, is that bad guy Ganon? I don't know. Crystal Switches 101. Here you. I believe we have to do that. No, we didn't have to do shit with that. That was dumb. But it doesn't matter, because I'd just be going back anyway. I can't light fires. Unless this is Bombos, but that doesn't light torches. Let's find out what medallion it is, even if... Oh, this is Bombas. Bombas still doesn't light torches. I wish Bombas lit torches. Yeah, we have no way of making fire, so we don't get whatever's in this chest. Which could be a problem, it could not be. We've got the big key, so we can beat the fucking dungeon. That's all you need. Also, we need the boss to not be fucking Trinex. I think there's logic in place that prevents certain bosses from showing up in certain rooms, but I don't actually know for sure. So I have to fucking find out. Why did I do that? Guys, get off me. You know what I never really understood? You get the blue guys here who take, 3 hits with the standard sword, 2 hits with the master sword, tracks. The red ones take like 1 billion fucking hits. No matter what sword you're using. Even when you have the gold sword, they're built like fucking tanks. Got my Diet Dr. Pepper and cream soda. Is delicious. Of course, my taste buds are ruined because I've been drinking diet soda for so long. I think it actually tastes good. Can you just get the fuck out of my face? God. Right, let's see. What do we got? Heart container. Yeah, Dr. Pepper has caffeine in it here. Does it not have caffeine in it in Canada? We must have talked about this once. The like subtle product differences. All right. I'll fucking take it. Level 3 sword. So that means that probably the item in the boss the item in that chest we couldn't get was in all likelihood the map. It could have been some random bullshit too. Excuse me. I don't actually know. Oh, I didn't know that. Hey man, your legs. Alright. Sorry about your legs, I guess. What the f- Did I just get hit? I need hearts. I'm leaving. Bye. I'm gonna get some hearts and I'll come back. I don't know what is happening there. We have to set the switch. I don't really feel like crawling all the way back up, but I also don't want to jump down into pits and then end up... Although, I believe this is the opportunity to ferry. This looks like it hurts. This looks like it is a way to break your fucking legs. Like, and it's just like, I always imagine Link just landing on the lip of it like it just doesn't seem like a good way to, like, actually... Okay. Come here. Alright. We're almost ready. I don't really want to half-ass it, you know. I would prefer to, I'd prefer to give 100% ass. So let's go find a crystal switch here. Setting fires is fucking rude. Butto. Little dude. Anyway, yeah, I actually did not know that. No. Just dribbled. Give me a second here. It's just on the chair. Fucking disgusting. You can't take me anywhere. I'm sure you told me at some point that in Canada sodas couldn't be caffeinated if they weren't colas. It's an interesting bit of legislation. Probably better overall for everyone's cardiovascular health. Definitely in America, in the United States, it led to a lot of fucking hyperactive children. Oh yeah, no, that is why we discussed it, because back in like the 2000s when I was like a cornerstone of Mountain Dew's fucking revenue, we talked about it a lot because it was like all I fucking drank. Don't stand over the pit. Good. Not what I wanted. You can actually get kind of... How your legs? You feeling alright? Helma Sock King? Alright. Would you please? This is just... Did I lay a bomb? Nope. Nope. Yeah, I did. Right down the pit. Buddy, you're fucking killing me here. Literally. Alright. Okay. Are you... Fuck off. This is why we brought fairies. This is why you always pack a fairy in your lunch. That's distressing. All right. Good. I always love the way the bosses die in this. Compass. That means that what was in that... You know, I didn't check the map. I don't know if the dungeon rewards are shuffled at this point, because the Eastern Palace just has the Pendant of Courage, and this just had the Pendant of Power. Alright, never mind. Crystal 4 is in Desert Zone. Sandopolis. That's really all we can do is the Desertland. Yeah, that's I mean it's kind of, it's remarkable, but it's like when you think about how relatively few please save everyone, thank you. The gods were like, I'll do you one better. I'll move some statues. When you think about like how relatively few dungeon reward items there are, you know, there are only 10. You have a decent enough chance of occasionally getting things. What gets less and less likely is all of them in their proper place. Like every single, like all 3 pendants in the right place is pretty unlikely. I should have dealt with them first. Well, I guess I just dealt with one of them. So we can't get through this dungeon unless we can light fires. So I hope there's a way to fucking light fires in this dungeon, because I'm getting a little tired of this. Oops. I just remembered something completely, like, not at random. It was because I threw the pot at that guy's head and I thought about him saying, like, who woke me up? And it's like, I just remember some friends of mine in elementary school. We were in this, like, thanks. That's one of their haha funny joke things. One of my friends in elementary school, we were in this like before and after school program together, and it was the before school one specifically. They had this like stack of coloring books, and he was like, he thought it would be really funny, and I mean it was, at least at the time. It's still kind of funny, honestly, to just write bad words in the coloring book, and it was an Aladdin. I remember specifically one of them was an Aladdin coloring book, and on the page where Aladdin wakes up the genie and the genie emerges, he just wrote, and this isn't like actually clever, okay? This isn't like actually funny. It's just so stupid that it's kind of great. He just wrote, "Damn fuck shit, who woke me up?" And I think it's because it was so funny to me at age 10 that I still find it funny now. Like, at least that's a big part of it. Like, I just look back and remember finding that hilarious. But it's so gratuitous. It's just like, it's just using the words in ways that nobody fucking, goddamn bird, your treasure sucks. Alright, let's check it off though. Oh, well, I don't really need to check off. We got that thing. And we have to say we got the book, and we have the net. And did I miss anything else? We have the pendant of... Where's the pendant? Is the pendants on the tracker? Am I blind? Oh, Eastern Palace. Tower of Terror. Is a crystal. It's not a crystal. It's... Oh, right. I have to right-click it. Red, blue. Alright. Back to the grind. It's just the gratuitous use of swears in ways that nobody uses them that is so funny to me. That like only kids can come up with. They're like, well, they're all bad words. So when someone's really upset, they must say damn fuck shit. Like, no, nobody says that. It's just so great. It's like, it's kid logic. It's like, well, a lot of something is more effective. Therefore, people must just pile them on. Do I even... Oh, we have a key. This is little Kirby cannons or whatever the fuck. Great, thanks. Alright, there might be... There could be more chests. I don't remember. But I know that if there's no way to light any fires beyond this point, it will not be possible to even get to the boss. Because you gotta light 4 torches. There's a red Igor in the room too. Yeah. Yeah, it is a little drill there. Excuse me. It's like, I mean, that's an entirely other thing, like different strengths of profanity, where it's just sort of like heckin' fuck. Like that is funny in its own way. And it's unique. It's like distinct from the, let's just wait this one out. It's like, you know, fuck this. This is taking longer than I expected it to. I guess I've only been at it for about an hour and a half. But I was kind of thinking I could knock this out before lunch, because I'm real full of myself, I guess. But it all depends on the seed, right? Key is here? Yes. Alright. Good so far. There may not be any chest. I never remember if there are any treasure chests in this part. Or like any opportunity to get items. Woo. Desert Palace is not a dungeon I think about that often, honestly. Kind of unremarkable, but it's fun. I like this room because they just sort of mess with you. They're like, well, maybe you do have to light all the torches. But I was about to be like, do I have to, I'm gonna get my lantern. It's like, no. There's just some asshole has the key, or it's in this jar. And we got another one of these. Alright, I'm pretty sure we are SOL at this spot. In fact, I know we are, because there's Cow Skull, which indicates that a boss is beyond. So, gonna have to start thinking outside the box a little bit here. Let's go do Blind's Bonanza. Let's go to Jan Fifi Hideout. And that one's simple with a sword and the hammer. We're good. Oh, we can totally do blinds. No, you can't go that way though. That one you can't do. Oh, right. You can cut through in the dark world. You can't cut through here. But yeah, that coloring book defacement, I remember how much trouble that guy got in for it. Which was also kind of funny. I mean, I think I got yelled at because I was complicit. Which is like, man, there are so many more... Like, something about... This is another kind of like... Not really that great of an observation. It's just kind of like, yeah, obviously. But there are so many things that people tell children are just the worst thing you can do. And then it turns out that no, actually, most of the things that people tell children are horrible to do are like, who gives a shit? Like cussing out a swear. Or like, fucking, that's the big one, right? I mean, there's stuff that children do that's horrible, and you should kind of like have them see a specialist about. You know, we're not talking about that. Fire rod. Okay, so now immediately, as soon as we walk into this fucking dungeon, we get something that lets us beat the Desert Palace. But I'm already here. I already fucking walked all this way. I didn't walk most of the way. I'm doing this. Just fuck this. Fuck it. We'll finish this. Unless... Oh, wait. Even if Trinex is here, we can beat it, because we have both rods. Except... I don't have a lot of magic, so that might not be good. Do you want to, like, accept my sword? Thank you. Yeah, no, culture's super weird. I'm still sort of just I'm still like continually blown away by like the gravitas with which adults always treated swearing. I'm Bun now. Hello, I'm Bun. Alright, when I was a kid, it was like, you said the word fuck, you're going to jail. Alright? Like, it's like, no. Like, nobody describes to you the actual consequences. They just say, it's bad. And you'll get in trouble. If I catch you doing it, you will be in trouble. And you're like, it's bad because I'll be in trouble. And then you realize that, oh, the actual consequence of saying the F word is that a certain category of almost completely completely categorically across the board unbearable adults will be offended. And yes, being in trouble is a fake idea. Is that too? And it's like, the only real consequence to most immoral actions is that you are a terrible person. And it's like, you gotta live with the fact that people won't fucking like you. And eventually, no matter where you go, you will reveal yourself. We could just go we could just go see who the boss is right now. I don't have to go get Maiden, unless it happens to be blind. But we didn't get a treasure from this yet. And I don't want to fucking deal with this shit unless it's gonna fucking pay out for me personally. Now, I realize the boss could actually drop the treasure. That is a distinct possibility, but you know, we'll deal with these little pink fuck clouds or whatever they are. I hate these things. These things are shit. The fucking... I gained a new appreciation for how much I despise these fucking things when I did my first inverted run, because this is the only place you can really access, the only dungeon you can really get to in an inverted run, and oh my god, everything hits like a goddamn truck that hates you. And it's just... it's fucking unbearable. Like, no sword, no items, Fox only, final destination, haha, funny, 2008 memes, it's fucking worse. And those goddamn pink assholes, they hit the hardest. You wouldn't expect this incorporeal bundle of question marks. Those guys, by the way, these little locustmen, they're Dark World rats. Like, rats go to the Dark World and their souls just reflect a bug. And the Dark World, the Triforce is like, alright, I guess I'm turning you into a fucking bug. That was the thing about the Dark World. Like, why aren't there more innocent animal-type people trapped? Like, literally the only people who fucking, like, stumble through portals apparently turn into trees, which I don't know what that says about their personality. Also, if Flute Boy... I didn't mean to hit X. If Flute Boy turned into a tree, how come he didn't turn into Talk Tree? This was pointless. It's really useless. No, it's not officially sinners who have their form changed, because Link turns into a bunny. And he turns into a bunny because he's, like, innocent, I guess. Despite the fact that he routinely murders things with a sword. I mean, in the comic, in the Link to the Past graphic novel, put out by Nintendo Power in 1993? 4? I don't remember. Link's negative emotions almost turn him into a beast of some vague description. But, he overcomes them. The Moon Pearl's just not even a thing. You know, for the sake of expedience. Look, take it from me, actually. Adapting a video game or a video gamey idea into a comic, it's actually probably a good idea to cut out most of the video game bullshit. I say that as somebody going... Blind is not here because there is no Maiden. That is how we know. No Maiden. It is probably a good idea to cut most of the video gamey bullshit out. And not, I don't know, develop an entire 800-page story out of it. As a random example. Just give it to me. I don't... Oh, I hate you. It was useless. Get out of here and your fucking children. I don't think there's a chest in there. But now I don't... No, this is a room that traps you. I'm not doing it. Alright, let's go fight boss. Let's see who is boss. And then show them who's boss. Trinex shows up in this dungeon a lot. I think it's one of the few rooms that's valid for him. So it could totally be him. It's not. It's gonna be Land Molas. Here. Nice colors. For a baby. For an idiot. Shit-talking worms. That's the kind of quality you can expect. Excuse me. I have powerful sword. Fall faster. Just right in the stomach. The fire rod. That's what it was. I was like, what was the treasure? Did we not get a treasure? We did. It was the fire rod. So now, let's go back to the desert palace, because we can do that. Excuse me. Nope, nope, nope. I didn't remember I had to hit A. I thought it just progressed, like... Why do they gotta move in such a way that it blocks you from leaving? Like, that seems like a dick move. They reset anyway. So it's like... I guess it's supposed to make you feel like, oh, I'm committed now. I have to do this. For Zelda. Who's, like, fine right now. There's one thing the graphic novel changed. Yeah, the bosses, I mean, like... The bosses drop. They usually drop shit. I mean, it's like, it's just another, it's statistically speaking, I guess. They're more likely to drop, like, jack shit. Who gives a fuck? Alright. This again. This shit again. It took me forever to realize that those little statues of, like, soldier guys were holding shields. I always thought they were holding lanterns. And then I just kind of realized, like, that doesn't make any sense. But I think I was, like, 33 when I realized that it doesn't make any sense. That they would be holding lanterns. I guess I kind of saw them as lawn jockeys. like, you know, offensive depictions of certain individuals holding lanterns in people's front yards. In fact, I think... Oh, did I not even come in here and get the key? I guess I didn't. I guess I just went, oh, fuck it. Alright. That's why I thought they were holding lanterns, because I, at some point in my at that point only 8-year life, had seen a lawn jockey and, like, equated them to those. That's horrible. I don't know where I was that I saw a lawn jockey. Probably a white suburban neighborhood. Never mind. Mystery solved. Alright. God. I have half magic. Oh no. Which head is which? I have to let it shoot. I don't know which is which. Okay, you're fire. And you're ice. And I am fucked. That's one head, but I don't have enough magic. Oh. I don't have the green potion anymore, do I? Nope. 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 Mm-mm. Ooh. Okay, no, we have fairy. I might have enough MP to do this. I might. I don't want to whiff it. It just, like, fucking the ice thing is just like... Ow! Alright. Give me a minute. I need to concentrate on this. Any day you're ready, dude. Alright. Goodbye. Fucking compass. Fucking compass. So, alright, oh, he's cut out for a second there. Give me a minute. I feel like I missed something in the track. Also have to. Okay. We just got. What do we get? One of the red ones. Okay, Desert Palace. Unfortunately titled DP. In the tracker. Alright. Let me make sure I'm all up to date on my items here. What the fuck did we get from this dungeon? Did we get a treasure at all? So it doesn't look like it. No, not something. There was something. I don't remember what there was now. It was something. But it could have been just like 20 fucking rupees. Okay. What can we do now? Yeah, I know. The first part was a little bit ago. Palace of Darkness. Can't really get super far in the Palace of Darkness without... Oh, let's say we beat the Desert Palace, though, in the tracker. That's just for my own edification. Oh! Ooh. Ooh. Skullwoods. We can beat. Skullwoods. We can do that now. Alright. No. And Moblin. He was just like, oh, it's another day, and then some kid just shows up and just murders him. Alright, Treeman, whatever. Oh, did I finish my thought of the, like, why does, like, Stumpy the Flute Boy turn into an inanimate tree when everyone else who turns into a tree turns into, like, a tree that can talk? I think this entrance is bullshit. I think this is a completely worthless entrance to the forest. He, like, maybe it's like a larval form of a Dark World Treeman. And, like, in several years he'll be able to talk, so it's not as tragic a fate. I always feel bad about that kid. He just wanted to play the flute, and then have his design reused in A Link Between Worlds as an NPC that matters. Which is what Gully is. Fucking dead-end woods. Never amount to anything. When are you gonna go to college? I used to find the Dark World so distressing when I was a kid. I remember when I first got sent there, I thought that Aghanim had just completely fucked up Hyrule. Like, he had just been like, you know what? It's evil now. Some little Star Wars man, Star Wars alien fucking lives in your house now and sells bombs. The trees, the trees probably have some stupid, funny, haha dialogue now, but some of them talk. I mean, in the main game, I mean, you know that they talk. They do talk, actually. Yeah, in the regular game at least, they'll be like, they'll either be like, whoa, a person, I haven't seen one of those in years. Let me talk to you for a while. And they all have like the same 3 things that they say. They're all just like, I fell in a portal and then I turned into a tree. You know how it goes. And then the other 50% or so of them are like, fuck off! Stop bumping into me, you stupid idiot! And it's like, alright. I mean, I guess that makes you cranky. I don't know why I'm doing this now. I don't have the big key yet. Can't do anything here yet. This is ultimately pointless. It's just like a weird flex. Look at me, I can walk along the pits. Alright. Flappers. All right, let's make a note of that, because that opens a few things up. How many hits? Too many. That'd be great if you could run into the helmet boys with the Pegasus boots and just, like, flip them over. That was one thing about Twilight Princess and its ilk that was super satisfying, was, like, the downward thrust coming back as this kind of stab. Like, I mean, like, Skyward Sword's got its problems. I mean, aside from kind of being, like, very similarly to Twilight Princess, aside from being, sorry about that, I just realized that the Wall Master was going to fall down on me. Alright, so, I don't feel like pulling the block, so no. Very similar to Twilight Princess. We get a lot of this in this dungeon. Skyward Sword's got the this situation of being like, kind of like, it's kind of like Zelda Dungeon's Masterpiece set, where it's like the dungeon design is so good, the puzzle design is great. If there wasn't somebody there going, oh no, here's how you solve it. This is one thing that pisses me off the most about Skyward Sword. This is a tangent from my original point about Skyward Sword, but the thing that drives me the most nuts about that game is the fact that every time you walk into a room with a puzzle, the camera just focuses, you know, like every element of the puzzle. It's like, in the order in which you have to interact with them. And then is like, then Fee comes out and is like, Master, here's how you do this. And you're like, I didn't ask. I didn't want to know. And I hate that. But what I loved about Skyward Sword is fighting the bosses was so satisfying, especially that last Girahim fight. Mwah, chef's kiss. It's so good. It's just so satisfying to finally put that smug asshole in his place and just go down every single level, and every single level you just do another down stab and another down stab, and yeah, it's kind of like savage, but you know, it's like, it's so good. Like the combat, I mean, some people complain about the Zelda combat, and it's like, alright, there is a big key. God, I bet whoever's subbing in for Mothula has it. Mothula. Count Mothula. I don't actually know how to say that one either. I think I started saying Mothula, like, in later years. Is there seriously just nothing in the... Alright. Whatever. We still have one fairy, right? I didn't actually refill them. I'm not actually that careful of a Link to the Past player. I don't know if you've noticed. What was I... Oh, yeah, no. Some people really don't like 3D Zelda combat. I'm fine with 3D Zelda combat. I don't have a problem with it. I certainly think that it has been refined over the years. Like, I don't think that it was perfect out the starting gate. One thing I really don't like about, like, Ocarina's version of it is that it defaults to a toggle lock-on rather than a, so I know that I could just fire rod them, but I want to conserve MP because fucking you can get cold stare in this one, and cold stare ain't that much fun without the fire rod. Mummy man, stop. Oh right, I forgot that they just kind of give you free MP. Oops. So hang on, I lost my train of thought again. Stop! Oh yeah, just that by Skyward Sword, aside from the motion control shit, I don't know if it was Mothula in Japanese. I actually have no idea. Please be heart. Thank you. At least it'll shut up. But I think Skyward Sword is where they really... That was dumb. Where they really nailed the combat in 3D. And since then, which has only been Breath of the Wild, to be fair, they've really kind of nailed... They've really had it good. But I hated the toggle targeting. It was just the default. But I think also the fact that... guess it was the Z button. I think the L button is a little bit more intuitive. Personally, I feel that way. I always felt like Z targeting was like a little bit like kind of iffy. Oh, it's just these boys, and I'm in a really bad spot, but can I? Thanks. Jesus. Oh, this is awful. Oh, I hate it. That wasn't even them. That was the traps. This moving floor is garbage. Okay. I think in this dungeon... Where the fuck are you going? Get back here. You have a job. And bills. Get out! If you're gonna leave, just leave. These guys don't do, like, any damage. Try to make my hits count a little more. Hang on. This is focus time. Don't stomp on me. No steppy. Alright. There was no treasure yet, right? So we gotta go back to the chest. Yeah, no, this room is terrible in random bosses. These guys are like nothing. I've gotten cold stare in this room, and cold stare in this room is shit. I mean, like, there are a couple of bosses that disable the moving floor because, oh no, wait. No, none of them disable the moving floor. What I think is, that happens is that, you know that when you fight Mothula slash Mothula, whatever you want to say, the spike traps come out of the walls. That actually comes with Mothula. Like, they're the same entity, or they're like linked to each other in such a way that like that room doesn't have those traps aside from the ones lining the walls. It only has the ones on it only has the ones that come out. They come with the boss. So what ends up happening is later on, when Mothula shows up, there will just be these inert, like, traps just kind of hanging out in the periphery of the room that are supposed to be... There's another chest. There has to be. There's gotta be something. We didn't get anything good. And there's gotta be something at least like, here's a heart piece, or something. We'll just leave them to his devices. That south door was the fucking, like, room full of spiky traps and Gibdos. And I'm not dealing with it. I'm not wasting my key on that. Thank you. There's one more chest. Do we have all the dungeon items? That's not on the map screen. That's on the pause screen. The last chest is probably the compass. Here it is. Nope, it's a key. Which probably means that in the room I'm thinking of is the compass, but I gotta make sure. This is the room I was talking about, full of spike traps and Gibdos, and it's just a goddamn waste of everyone's time, except normally in the dungeon there's a key and there's the compass here, and I've wasted my life. Moving on. I got oh, I did get flippers here, you're right. You are right, I did get the flippers here. Yeah, alright. So that wasn't a wash. And I did mark off the flippers. So let's get the fuck out of here.